Hello, and welcome back to the Cove with more Frostpunk The Last Autumn. Alright, so for me, this is a new recording episode, so I am looking at this with fresh eyes, which is rather nice because I see we've got a few things that we can improve, which is a good thing. We're almost a day behind in our theoretical construction. I think we're going to be able to catch up fairly quickly, but again, we do not want to take anything for granted. Now, one of these things that seems to be an issue is this sawmill is out of lumber in range. So we're going to go ahead and dismantle this, which is fantastic. This does also give us a couple of extra workers, which is phenomenal, because we need to start building up some more roof, some more structures and all. So we're going to quickly go ahead and send a couple of workers here and make sure that these three get done. We need a minimum of 10 for us to start the next section, which is going to be important. We also need to check out a few things as far as our docks are concerned. Made some upgrades, and now that they're up and running, we can see just how much they're bringing in. So apparently these upgraded docks can bring on in 25.7 steel per hour. Now it does say that it'll put them into even piles. So at the moment, with this 10.4 per hour at this steam reloading station at full capacity, we don't quite need as much as what we've got here. So we're going to go ahead and drop that down, and 20.6 I think should be good enough. Yeah, that should be plenty. So that'll make sure that we have a fairly good workload there. We'll also need to go ahead, and I think we can do the same thing with our coal. What have we got here? 41.6 per hour. Well, you know what? That's a little bit, yeah, that's a little bit beyond our current means. If we max this out, that does go to 42. Not sure if that's really the, whether we're going to need all of that coal. So you know what? Maybe we drop this down just a fraction, bring that down to 30 odd. That'll give us enough for... Let's see, it's 25 per hour for the ventilation plant, and so that's not too bad. And then we have 72 per day, that's 150, so that should be... You know what, maybe we just bring that down a fraction, just a little bit there. So that's 37 per hour. Let's go ahead and see if we can set that to match, which I think we can. Yeah, and there's a little bit of a stockpile there, so that should be fine. That gives us 3 extra workers, and then again, what have we got here with these upgraded docks? 25.7 and what's this? 6.5 and 8.3, but again, steam reloading station. Yeah, 10 and 8. I think that will be fine. So let's go ahead and save those, and that should be fairly decent. So that gives us how many extra workers? An extra 5. Okay, so then if that is the case, I think what we'll do is... we'll just go ahead and set them to the profiles manufacture. We're going to need a whole stack more in the future, so we may as well get started on that. And I think that's a good place to get going. We do have some more workers coming in a couple of hours, but again, we still need to make sure we've got good use of what we've got. We've got more food arriving, and our foragers are still working their way towards the next locations. So let's go ahead and get time moving. Now, unfortunately for us, we do have a very high toxicity level at the moment. The gases in the shaft are rather horrific. So that is not wonderful, but it's what we've got at the moment. So it just is what it is. Oh, and you know what? Maybe we go ahead and... you know, we'll leave the public house with 8 workers at the moment. It's not the be-all and end-all. We'll have a couple more in a minute. And, yeah, we seem to be navigating our discontent fairly well at this stage, so I'm not too concerned. Not too concerned at all. Alright, we're also going ahead and we're working on some technology for some boosted forager carts. We're hoping we can clear out a little bit more of the map a bit quicker. Hopefully we can find some more resources, and yeah, in about 6 hours we're going to have some people arriving at site 107, a failed generator site. So hopefully we'll have some good materials to pick up there. Alright, so either way, transport has arrived. 18 new workers, 1 steam core, and a prostheses. That is fantastic. We do need 1 more home, so we'll go ahead and queue that up. Actually, hang on a second. Let's send our workers to work first and foremost. Hmm. Well, we may as well max that out with the 14. We'll send another 2 to the public house. Again, just make sure that's as efficient as possible. And then, oh, we've made everything we made there. Can we go ahead and construct the next section? Where are we at? We need 10 structural profiles and 10 steam exchanges. Well, that is but a little bit peculiar, for we have both. Huh. Why are we not able to get started there? Okay, maybe we have an event that we need to wait for. So you know what? What have we got? We've got a little bit of steel. We'll go ahead and queue up a couple of them. In fact, we can probably reduce the number of workers a little bit. We'll go ahead and max these out then, I suppose. Yeah, it's not quite perfect, but it'll be good enough. Yeah, and that'll have to do. We do have a prosthetic as well for our one amputee, so that shouldn't be too bad. They should be healed fairly quickly. Let's see. Yeah, another 6 hours until they're all back to work. That'll be good. And, oh, that's right. Yes, we want to build ourselves a new home. Oh, wait a second. I'm a fool. Turns out we never went into here. We started... Okay. So we can now build the pressure valves and the tower pumps. It turns out we could have done these earlier. I just didn't look in this section. That is very much my bad. Okay, so... what do we want? Pressure valves, we can build those there, or what's the other one, the tower pumps? Well, I guess we have to start with the first one if, yeah, if we need both. So, let's see if we can build both at the same time. We'll go with the pressure valves first. Hopefully that works, and then can we build the second one as well? We can, so we can do both in tandem. That's a, yeah, a very interesting thing. So we can send a whole stack of manpower there and get that up and running. I think what we're going to do is, yeah, we still have a negative to our strike risk because of the union elections going on at the moment. And then work safety is pretty horrific. So can we bring that down? It's down to harmful. That's not wonderful. What about the other one? Can we do the same thing there too? We can. But you know what? Maybe we can speed that up fairly quickly. Let's go with I think what we'll do is we'll reduce this down to next to nothing. Oh, you guys are on strike. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, people working here are on strike. This facility won't function until this is resolved. Negotiate or use force. Okay, so we can start negotiating, or there are less than 2 active strikes. I guess we're going to go ahead and start the smaller job first. Yeah, there's a moderate risk of falling ill. Yeah, we may also want... oh dear. I feel like we may want to start working towards that infirmary, but again, we need to make sure that we have the next section starting with the foundry soon. So we have some idea as to how much coal and steel and things we're going to need. Alright, let's negotiate. Let's see what's going on. Alright, workers are on strike. Workers are angry and refuse to work. They shout about exploitation, terrible working conditions, and deadly dangers they face daily. Alright, so, demands might escalate. They might escalate. We'll lose 40 food rations. Discontent will rise greatly, but workplace strike risk will fall. You know what? Yeah, we're just going to appease them with double rations for now. We have plenty in storage, so let's just go ahead and get that going. That seems reasonable. And in fact, you know what? Because we need to catch up on so much, we're going to take 15 of those workers and send them here and maximize our output. Yeah, I hope that works. We don't have a... okay, I don't think we can get strikes at the workshop. Good. Just making sure. Don't want to risk anything bad happening there. Alright, what have we got? Labour Union, power to the people. Several union representatives visit you talking about involving the workers in decision making. Trust us, people have plenty of ideas about how to do things better and safer, grins a wiry stoker. Though not always cheaper, show us that you're willing to listen to us and everyone will put their heart into their work. Let's not push it and motivation will fall slightly, or it's a good idea and we'll need to pass the councils. Okay, so we have looked at the Workers' Council law before. It is a risk. There is sometimes going to be they'll give us suggestions, but one of the problem is not all of them are going to be good. I think what we'll say is, let's not push it for now. I think we can handle the motivation at the moment, and we'll just let that go. Alright, so what's that slight hit? Yeah, that is completely doable. Yeah, that'll be fine. Now, and what are we doing here? Oh yeah, and we're making pretty good progress on those pressure valves. Yeah, I'm kind of a little disappointed in myself that I didn't think to look inside of the building tree in the generator, but I guess that is my fault. Oh well, at least we're making good progress now, and I think we should be able to catch up relatively quickly. So, you know, it could be worse. Alright, so, new technology, that is a necessity. Let's go ahead and figure this out. I'm thinking what we may want to do is go for this foundry. We do need to build this fairly soon. Yeah, iron and coal and rare minerals are combined to produce the steel composites. I think that's going to be rather crucial if we're going to start working on the next section. I think we need to be a little bit further ahead. So I think that's probably what we're going to research. I would really enjoy getting that infirmary, but again, we're going to have to wait for another steam core to do both. So I think what we'll do is we'll make do with our extra rations and our single medical post, and we'll start working on the foundry. Worst comes to worst, we try and make a second medical post, and we reduce some of our efficiency from our what do we call them, workshops. Yes. Okay, well, oh, and we never actually ended up making that tent earlier, so we should probably do that before I forget yet again. Alright, tent. Let's go ahead and... You know what? Chapel. That's what we want. We have some... We have some alright placement there. That's not particularly terrible. It would lose on a little bit of some placement. Let's see, what have we got? That would destroy a few resources. That wouldn't be ideal, but that would be a pretty good spot in the future. Yeah, maybe we try and work towards that being an optimal spot. So where would the tent go in the meantime? Could shuffle both of those further in. We can't put that there. Maybe we move the pub slightly further back out. That's not a bad idea either. And then I guess we'll just put you here for now. Yeah, it's not adjacent to a street, but we're not going to take up more space than necessary, and it keeps people mostly happy. So go ahead and do that. And then I think what we'll do is maybe tomorrow, yeah, we'll move the pub across a little bit further away from where we want to put some houses, and we'll shuffle all of those into, in fact, yeah, we'll work on that at some point. Now we do have a, where is it? We should have, yeah, here we are, a sawmill. Still doing its thing. It should cut down these trees and mean we don't have to destroy that with a chapel, so that should be okay. And we're still working towards what we need, so that shouldn't be the worst. Alright, oh, and apparently we have a sawmill over here that has run out. Let's go ahead and disable this. I really should have looked at that earlier. I have no idea how long that's been out of the way. That's kind of disappointing. Extra workers would be rather nice to have. Well, you know what? We have plenty of timber, but we may want some more. Let's go ahead and... Resources. Where is a new steam sawmill? Could build one all the way over here. Yeah, there's going to need to be two no matter where we place this. I guess... Is there a spot there which will not interfere with some of the trees? Apparently not. That is just far too dense. Okay, so... I guess we'll have to build that right about there, not adjacent to street. That'll be fine. We'll work on that, and then... I guess we can shuffle one more across there if it really, if push comes to shove. And then these, I suppose... not adjacent to street. Where could we put this? Can we squeeze? No, that's not going to fit over there. I guess that's about as good as we could ask for. Okay, so you know what? We'll build one of these as well. I know we don't need it yet, but again, if we have, if we find ourselves in needing more, that should be fine. Oh, we can even upgrade this one. Okay, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that is a, that would make quicker work of all of that, but again, I guess it just is what it is. We'll try and wait till... I don't know, maybe we just try and move things up a little bit further. Either that or we put it here. Yeah, either that or we put that here and we shuffle across. And you know what? That may not be the worst idea either. Yeah, make a little bit better production. Yeah, because that'll get the trees down there. It will miss out on a couple around here, but yeah, that's going to be however long it takes. We'll go ahead and we'll just tie this in for now. We'll try and make that a... Oh, wait a second. We need to tie that all the way in. Yeah, and then tomorrow we can shut down this one and move over there. Yeah, we'll do the dismantling during the nighttime. We want our workers to be working as hard as possible. So... Ooh, wait a second. This place is incredibly dangerous. Huh. Okay, so one of these is more dangerous than the other. Why is this? Okay, base safety level is a -3. Toxic gases is also another -3, and we don't have enough safety. These are... Yeah, base safety level is not as dangerous. Okay, so... That's a little bit of a pickle, but it is what it is. Let's send a couple more workers. I think we should send them over here. There is technology that may help us. What is it? Not the foundry, but there is the... Whereabouts? Here it is. Protective structures. Installing lightweight protective structures across the workplace will temporarily reduce the number of injuries caused by falls and prolonged trauma. Yeah, each use will improve the workplace safety by 1 level for 24 hours. That'll cost us 6 structural profiles, but again, at this stage, I think we're well ahead, so that's not the end of the world, but that will give us... Yeah, and then maybe we can work towards optimized protection as well. That could be remarkably nice to have and, yeah, offset some of this severe danger. Because that's not something that we really want to have happen. Because if we're going to have many deaths, that is pretty bad. Yeah, and again, moderate risk of falling ill, not really ideal, especially compared to a high risk of falling ill. That would just be terrible. So, yeah, that'll just have to be looked after in the future. But again, shouldn't take us too long. We've only got a little bit of extra time until we've built the foundry. And then once we build that, we'll go for those protective structures. Our timber generation isn't particularly terrible. We should be able to catch up fairly easily. We will also go ahead, before I forget, and... where do we want to put the road? 15. That'll be 9. No, we'll just go ahead and pop that there. We'll go for the shortest path. And then... You know what? Since it'll be overnight... let's go to here. Actually, you know what? No, we probably want to go straight out and then across. And then from here down around there. There we go. Yep, just to make sure that we have as much room down there as possible if we can build in the meantime. That'll be fine. But again, they should do all that construction work tonight. We shouldn't have to worry about anything at this point. Oh, and foragers have reached Site 107. Fantastic. What have they got? There are still people here, packing their belongings and preparing dozens of coffins for transport. A young engineer approaches us. Oh, wow. Okay, so steam cores might provide us... a search might provide us with steam cores, structural profiles, steam exchanges, and even survivors. Wow. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe this could be really good. Alright. Site 107. I told them so. The young engineer who introduced herself as Effie McLaughlin is relieved to see us. I'm glad you came. We are to be evacuated, but you just can't be sure in these times, she says. Then she tells us what happened. Long story short, the core of the generator exploded after a fire broke out in the final stages of construction. Effie says she saw the tragedy coming, but no one listened to her. The youngest engineer on site, she and some friends are not giving up. They want to use their experience to help us finish our generator. Ooh, okay, so 1 guaranteed steam core, 10 profiles and 5 exchanges, or an extra 12 engineers. And you know what? I think 12 extra engineers would be phenomenal. This could mean that, yeah, we can get the infirmary. That'll help us out. Yeah, we'll just have a little bit more manpower, and we know how limited having a few engineers, how limiting it can be. So no, that's certainly well worth it. We will need to pick up some more food if that is the case. We will need, what's this? 2 more, 1 more home, I think it is. Yeah, 1 more home to avoid having any homelessness. But again, they are still a little way away. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, work is over for the day. Interesting. Let's see, what have we got? We've only got... what's that, about 2 hours left, give or take? Yeah, so with the extra engineers, what would we do? We could go... yeah, we could upgrade the medical post. I think maybe going for an extra 10% on research speed or 20% wouldn't be the worst idea. We could build 1 more. That wouldn't be the end of the world. What else could we do with our engineers? Let's just check. So we've got... yeah, we need regular workers there. We can send our engineers to the cookhouse if necessary. Same with the public house. I don't think they can work... no, they can't work at the docks. They're not going to work in the sawmills. The labour union's not going to do much. The care house, again, isn't important at this stage. Yeah, I think what we'll be going for is maybe another workshop or even another medical post. That'd be really, really handy. Yeah, I think that's going to be not too bad. So let's go ahead and start working towards those things. Let's go ahead and grab that workshop. We'll pop that. What have we got? We've got the right spot right there, and it's... yeah, that is the yeah, best use of that placement. So I think we'll pop that there, and then you know what? Since we don't have the infirmary, maybe we do just open up a secondary medical post. That wouldn't be the worst idea for us. Yeah, only 25 wood, that's easily fixed. So what we could do is, we don't get any bonuses for being near all of that. So let's throw this... where is another... oh, we could pop that back there. That's out of the way. That's not a bad plan at all. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And that'll make the most of the roads that we need to build. Let's go... yeah, 6 wood. That is fairly good. Alright, so yeah, that'll leave us with... what's that? That'll be 5 wood, 10 engineers. That leaves us with 2 left over, which I think we'll end up sending here to the cookhouse. That should be fine. That'll, yeah, that'll just secure our position a little bit better. Let's just double check our economy too, as far as food is concerned. Again, we don't want to start, well, consuming too much. At this rate, it looks like it is a negative of about 25 per day. That's not the end of the world. We have a very long time worth of rations with all of the food that's coming in, so I'm not too concerned about that. Again, we can still upgrade our fishing harbor. I think we have that in the future. Oh, what about... yes, so it looks like we'll just increase their catch considerably. Knowing the game, it's normally either, what, maybe close to double? Or maybe, at the very least, an extra 50%, either of which would be incredibly beneficial for us to have. So, yeah, we have that to fall back on. Not to mention our foragers are about to head back out, so they will hopefully be bringing in more food as well, keeping our supplies nice and well stocked. Alright, so let's see. What else do we want? We have 99 steel. How much do we need for the next round of technology? It's probably going to be about 25, it looks like, if we're going to go for the innovative process. That could be rather nice. We could also go ahead for this. That's another 10. Supercharge wouldn't be bad either. Each work advances progress by 10%. That could be very beneficial, especially with our workers not really wanting to be in some of those bad situations. Yeah, get them out as quick as possible. That could be very nice. Same with gathering optimization. That could also be good for a more steady inflow of steel. So many choices. Decisions. Ah, well, we still have tomorrow to figure that out. Let's go ahead and check in on the telegraph station. Let's just pause time for a second. We're at a point where we have, yeah, a logistical limit of 30. We're definitely using that on our next technology for the foundry. We definitely need at least one more. And I think maybe we try and wait till a logistical limit of 40, and we'll go for 2 steam cores. That means we can upgrade some of our loading stations, or well, reloading stations, I should say. And yeah, that would give us either a steam one here or an upgrade there, and then maybe a basic one. Both of which will cost us more manpower, but again, if we're shipping in plenty of materials, we can keep working fairly well. So you know what, if that is the case, let's go ahead and cut back some of our workers over here. Again, structural profiles in advance will be nice, but I think we want to make sure that we are clearing out this section here for our work. We can go ahead and I think we can clear out this place. Yeah, that'll be dismantle that one. Again, all of this will be got as opposed to less efficient uses of timber there. We can go ahead and then go either double down on some of this cutting down of trees, or start burning our way through there. So that's what, 675, and this is 1200. Wow, you know what? 1200 is a lot. Let's make sure that we start working our way through that. That's going to take us a fair bit longer, and we still have even more trees back there. So that's going to keep us with some very steady workflow for a while. We can always queue up more of these if we're getting close to capped out on timber, so I'm not too concerned. But I think that should be good. Alright, and here are the foragers. They have returned to the city safely with 12 engineers, 1 steam core, 10 profiles, and 5 exchanges. Alright then, well, let's go ahead and get people to work. Engineers, please go and work on the workshop. And another couple of engineers to the medical post. That will mean, yeah, 2 engineers here. We can recall you. In fact, you know what? Maybe we leave a third, just to make sure that we are now producing enough food for our people. And then with the extra worker, we will send you to here. Yeah, I suppose that's as good as we could ask. Oh, and of course we do need 2 more houses. Two more houses? Yes, two more houses. I guess I didn't quite do the math right before. Let's go ahead and get that done. So, tents. We can pop one in there wouldn't be the worst spot. Oh, wait a second. We wanted to build a chapel as well. Oh, that's right. That'll destroy resources. Okay, so since that's the case, let's just double check. It's got a little bit of an overlap. It should be fairly good. Oh, that's right. We wanted to build that here. Okay, so since that's the case, we'll work our way around it. Let's go with, yeah, one house. Oh, well, one tent over here. That should be fine. And then we'll pop an... Oh, wait. That'll destroy resources. Oh, that's very, very awkward. You know what? We're going to dismantle this place. It's opening at 7 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm not... Oh, well, 7 p.m. later today, I guess. We'll go ahead and get that done. Yeah, discontent goes away and all that other stuff, but again, it's it won't take long for us to be able to rebuild that. And then, you know what, since we're at it, we're going to chuck the chapel here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and dismantle these. It's not quite optimal to have this many homeless, but again, it's only for a couple of hours. It'll be fine. And yeah, we'll build that chapel soon. So you know what? I think this is a pretty good spot to call it. We've made some solid progress. We're not as far behind as what we could be. I think we're making solid progress, and if research keeps going our way, we might be able to deal with some problems relatively quickly. Oh, and before I forget, let's send our foragers out. We'll send them to the crevasse. There we go. That'll be fine. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.